Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Battletech. Joining me is a, for the moment, calm JKLantern.
I am preparing to take a completely normal sip of a beverage, because I am sure nothing will make me enraged.
Well, for the moment, this might make you enraged. They were giving us missions. So we actually got on the good side of the Federated Suns.
Why would you do that?
Because they were fighting the Taurians. And everybody else was already my enemy.
I am thinking very hard about this. On one hand, fighting the Taurians is good because they already hated us. But Federated Suns? I hate those guys. They're so damn boring.
Well, they're boring in their own space. They're actually giving us missions to wipe out the Taurian Concordant.
I do actually have a favorite military unit in the Federated Suns. The Robinson Rangers. Just because they have the habit of going, screw you, whatever our orders are, we're just gonna fly off randomly and punch Karita in the face.
So, this is what the star map looks like for us. This is our little group we've been dealing with.
Yep.
Here are the Taurians, who share a border with the Federated Suns, which is why the Federated Suns are basically been giving us a lot of missions out in this area.
See, the Taurians historically have not had good relations with the Fed Suns. During the Reunification War, the SLDF forces that were involved in Taurus were Fed Suns. Even before the Star League was a thing, Taurus fought with the Fed Suns. The Taurians, especially the leader at this time, Thomas Calderon, are paranoid that the Fed Suns are going to come in and wipe them out at any moment. Fed Suns have much bigger fish to fry. Every now and then they're like, oh yeah, the Taurians are there. We better smack them up a little bit to remind them that we know they exist. But they're much worried about the Caritans, who have genocided people occasionally, and the Capellans, who are sneaky bastards.
I still have to finish filling out the upgrades to the Argo itself. I mean, I've got all the basic stuff down, all the stuff to make sure the Argo's not going to fall apart on us. But, I have a mech bay that I don't have my third mech bay open yet. I don't have my third or fourth med bay open yet. And thus I can't do the machine shop, so, that will happen eventually. So, let's also look at the mech warriors. Almost all of them are maxed out stat-wise. You're even closer now.
Mech warrior training complete.
I almost have 8 fully maxed out mech warriors. This guy's special because he's the only one that can shoot after firing if he hasn't moved already.
Oh.
So I can have some fun with him. I can reserve him until the very end of a turn, move, shoot at something. He gets his turn immediately after I shoot again, then move back into cover.
Nice.
He's fun. He's the only one I did that I went full bore piloting on.
Okay.
So now, time has passed. I have regained access to the black market.
What did you do? What did you do?
Now, see, you're asking the wrong question. You need an extra syllable in there.
What didn't you do?
There we go.
Oh no. Okay. This is gonna hurt.
This is gonna hurt.
No. 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 Shame on you. You son of a bitch. You shouldn't have that.
Which one?
Well, right now I'm looking at the Annihilator.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you really shouldn't have that.
How about this?
You especially shouldn't have that.
Here's something you wanted.
That is something I wanted, yes. We shouldn't have that, but for less reasons than... Wait. Of the things you've pointed out, this is the least offensive so far. You... For the same reason as that specific Battlemaster, you shouldn't have that either.
There we go, but those were all in the pirate shop. In pieces.
Two of those you shouldn't have for the same reason. One of them you shouldn't have for distinctly different reason. Should I talk about that now or wait until we get into mission?
I'm gonna say go ahead and wait till you get to mission, because there is a thing about these special mechs.
Yes, there is. There are
And I'm
many
talking
special
just
things.
from a mechanical standpoint here. I'm not even talking from a lore standpoint. All the double heat sinks, the extended range PPCs, and the large pulse lasers.
Yeah. Yep.
Things you should not have, but we do, because it's there. And one thing that really grated on me, because when I bought the 6B Black Knight, I put it into storage. This was a mistake. For so many reasons. Right now, it's just a slightly harder hitting version of the Black Knight I've already been carrying around, which its heat efficiency is just about dead perfect. Its heat efficiency is right about where it should be. See, the thing is, when you get this, it comes with 9 double heat sinks. And the way they coded it, they put 4 double heat sinks in each leg.
Which it can't do.
Which you
legally.
can't do. You cannot put it back together like that. Once you remove the double heat sink, it can't go back in there.
That is some shoddy coding right there, but...
I mean, I don't know why they did it like that. But yeah, when you take out a double heat sink, you can't put it back in. See, it takes up 3 slots.
Yeah.
But when you get this, it has one of these in each leg. It had like one in each. It had 4 in each leg and one in the center torso.
Yeah, I can't remember where they have them stuck in the tabletop version of the mech, but when people talk about Lost Tech and the best pieces of technology, some people are like, oh, the Gauss rifle's great. Oh, those ER lasers are nice. Oh, the ultra auto cannons. No, double heatsink is the best thing in the game.
But see, here is the stock configuration. Right leg, left leg, 4 double heat sinks.
Yep.
You can't repeat it ever. You cannot make that happen ever again. If you drop that into storage, all the heat sinks get stripped out of it. You can't put them back in the legs.
Nope.
They will fit on the mech. They just won't go back in the legs. Ever. Which is highly annoying. I managed to put this whole thing back together. It just had the double heat sinks scattered all over the goddamn mech.
Which, to be fair, isn't a bad thing, because push comes to shove, double heatsinks can be crit padding, which is useful. But, yeah, that's a weird programming design choice.
And I'm not sure if this one did it or not. But yes, it annoyed me greatly when I pulled it out of storage. Yeah, it didn't do it with the Battlemaster. It actually put the heat sinks roughly, scattered around the mech. But it just didn't, it didn't, it just didn't for the Black Knight. Why? No idea. But before we go anywhere, let's take a look at our atlas.
No.
Technically, the Atlas II.
And actually, it's a version of the Atlas II that was made for the game, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be.
Yeah. So the Atlas II, not this version of it, but the Atlas II was basically a royal configuration of the Atlas. What does that mean? We'll get to that in a bit. Basically, Alexander Kerensky, the commanding general of the Star League Defense Force, when the Star League itself wanted, he was the one who designed the original Atlas, and then he was like, let's make a badass version using actual good technology. So the stock version has an LBX AC-10 in the arm, two ER large lasers in the other arm, 2 medium pulse lasers in the torso, SRM-6 in the torso, LRM-20 in the torso. None of the weapons are rear firing, unlike the stock Atlas, and it uses ferrofibrous armor to save some weight, and I think it also has case. I'd be shocked if it doesn't, which isn't a thing in this game, so don't worry about it. Basically, it has less dramatic one-shot hole-punching capability, but its weaponry in general is just more balanced. And it's just a better version of the Atlas. Also, I can't remember if it has double or single heat sinks. You.
Yes.
Do you want me to talk about the Annihilator yet?
Sure. It's right here.
So, the Annihilator, we shouldn't have for distinctly different reasons from the other 3 mechs. So the Annihilator was created at the tail end of the Star League. The very end. Like, I think only like 2 were made when the Star League Defense Force left the Inner Sphere. So it was one of those mechs where, like, nobody in the Inner Sphere even knew it existed. Fast forward a bit to the year 3005. This mercenary unit, the Wolf's Dragoons, show up out of nowhere. And there are many things that were unusual about the Wolf's Dragoons. Number 1, they were 5 regiments, which is huge for a mercenary unit. Number 2, one of their pilots is named Kerensky, Natasha Kerensky. Hey, her name's the same as that guy who left the Inner Sphere with the entire Star League Defense Force 250 some odd years ago. That's weird. Number 3, no one knew where they came from. Number 4, their mechs were in excellent condition, which was rare. Number 5, they had several unusual mechs. One of them was the Annihilator, which basically no one in the Inner Sphere had seen before. There may have been, like, some records of it somewhere, but people were like, what the hell is that, and where did you get it? The Annihilator at this point is not actually produced anywhere in the Inner Sphere. Nobody knows where the Wolf's Dragoons gets them from or how they got them in the first place. You should not be able to get them anywhere, because at this point the Wolf's Dragoons ain't sharing them with nobody. Yeah. Also, I don't think that's the stock config for it, because
No, it's not. The stock config, let's see,
has another AC-10.
Yep. Has 4 AC-10s and 4 medium lasers.
And is at this point in the time period, is the least maneuverable mech in the game.
Yeah. I went, you know what? I'm maxing out armor.
Valid, because it is this version of it, and a lot of the other versions that follow are pretty thin skin as far as an assault mech goes. It's something like what, 11, 12 tons of armor. But I know that the original prototype version, which uses better technology because Starlink tech, actually mounts a good amount of armor. There are some other. The Wolf's Dragoons got a whole bunch of signature mechs, which is one of the reasons that they irk a lot of people. The Annihilator is not the most egregious one. There is one that's not in this game called the Imp that wasn't a Star League mech, wasn't ever produced in the Inner Sphere. The Wolf's Dragoons showed up with it, and everyone's like, okay, what the hell is that?
So every 100 points of armor equates to about 1.25 tons.
Okay.
We have 1,880 points of armor.
Okay, so we're at about we're close to max, or
About 24 tons of armor.
that shouldn't be how much it is, but I'm willing to accept it for this game, for the purposes of this game. In the tabletop, because damage values and armor point values work out differently, everything can basically max out at around 19.5 tons, with one notable exception, the friggin' Great Turtle, which is a weird Solaris mech.
So yeah, about 23.5 tons of armor. That works out to.
And still a nasty amount of firepower.
Yep. And also, this version of it comes with a thing. Comes with a mod. I should point out, called the BSC system. What does the BSC system do? Plus 20% ballistic damage.
Yeah, as if the Annihilator was not nasty enough.
You realize what I want to put in this thing, right?
I can think of several possibilities. Are you? So there's a canon version of this mech. It was somebody's custom version, and it actually started with a joke in the tabletop game, and it uses technology that we don't have access to. Oh, you mean Starlink technology? No, I do not. The Gausszilla.
Well, that's one option.
Want to know what that bastard has? Not one, not two, not three, not four. At least if I'm remembering right, my source book for this is way the hell over there, and I don't feel like grabbing it. Actually, hang on. 2 Sarna. Annihilator. If I can spell. If I remember right. Let's see here. Yes. The Gausszilla. 5 Gauss rifles. It was basically the devs doing something to show that they could.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about putting Ultra Autocannon 20s on it.
Those don't exist!
Are you sure?
They haven't been invented yet! Although... I'm debating on whether I should say a thing or not.
Are you sure they don't exist?
They don't... Kaliyama doesn't make those for another 30 years. To be fair...
It's right here.
No!
I see it right there.
I will say... Because I'm trying to save the Wolf's Dragoons spiel for a much later date. the people in the inner sphere who would actually have access to the Ultra AC-20, even though it's not Starleague tech, would in fact be the Wolf's Dragoons.
Yeah. But that one fell off the back of a space truck.
It doesn't. There are no space trucks that would be carrying it.
That one was.
Please enlighten me. What planet did it come from?
I don't know. It was in the middle of a space route.
No, you're gonna need to give me a planet, man. There are correct answers to this, and I'm curious to see what you come up with.
If you want to know where I actually got it, hang on. I can tell you which planet I actually grabbed it off of.
Oh God.
Brisbane.
They wouldn't friggin' have those.
But we have it right there, and that's where I got it.
It's literally the opposite end of the universe.
But right there.
No.
On that note, I think this has been a good video for me. Not so much for
angry.
him, but for me.
So angry.
When we return, we will actually take on that mission. But yeah, that gets you caught up to what I was doing in, during the off week. So anyway, until next time, take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.